Thank you for that very, very nice introduction, and thank you for all that you've done for the Second Amendment and for Iowans and for your perseverance and your passion. Every time I see you talk about what you're doing now, you can just tell you're just in the passion and just it's paying off. And so thanks for what you've done for the IFC, and most importantly, thank you for your friendship. We've had another lunch, by the way, too, so the friendship continues, and I continue to keep my eye on him and continue to encourage him to do great things, and he's certainly doing that. So thank you, Pete and Frank, for hosting us here at Brownells, for being just great corporate citizen and partners, and for being integral in the community and in Iowa. We know that you could be any place in the world, in this country, and yet you chose to invest and grow a 75-year family-ran company right here in the great state, and we look forward to continuing that partnership for a long time. I also have to extend my congrats to Pete as being the new president of NRA. You'll do a fantastic job in leading America's primary defender of our Second Amendment rights. They are right on track with the ads that they're doing now. I love them. They're hitting home, so keep up the great work, and I know you'll do a great job. And I just want to say thank you to Iowa IFC and to NRA and to all of you for giving us the opportunity to be here and to speak to you this afternoon. I am just honored and humbled to have the opportunity to serve you as the governor of this great state of Iowa. I love this state and what it represents. I am a fifth-generation Iowan. I grew up in a small community, yet I was able to run for a county office, serve as a state senator, a lieutenant governor, and now the 43rd governor of the great state of Iowa. And truly, it is so reflective of the opportunities that exist within the borders. If you have a passion to make a difference and you're not afraid to go out there and work for it. I will say, you never do it alone. If you do have a passion and you're willing to go out there and work with it, most importantly, you better surround yourself with a great team, because if you've got a great team that surrounds you, then they make you look good, and I could not be more blessed to have as my full partner in this administration, Lieutenant Governor Adam Gregg. You are doing a phenomenal job. He did a great job earlier, and I tell you, the state is lucky to have him serving in that capacity. And I think he just embodies to all of the young people across the state the opportunities that exist within this state. And so, Adam, thank you for doing all you're doing and for serving Iowans. Well, you're going to see a lot of themes because, I want to talk about growing up in a small town too, where I learned the importance of community, love of country, hard work, discipline, the value of a dollar and not to waste it. And that's a lesson I intend to apply every day as your governor. And I grew up in a family that hunts and knows the importance of the Second Amendment. As a lieutenant governor and as a governor, I've had the opportunity to travel the world representing Iowa and really working to expand markets, but also to bring investment and jobs back to the state of Iowa. I just got back late last night, so if I can put two words together, I'm doing pretty good, for my recent trade mission to Israel. And so I'm going on no sleep, but it was an incredible trip. It was engaging, it was busy, it was hectic at some times, but it was very productive. Many of the people on the trip, it was their first time to Israel. It was actually my second time. I went last year as lieutenant governor, and they say you never go to Israel only once. And I thought, and when I left last year, I thought I will be back. I don't know when. I didn't know it would be this soon, but it was an amazing opportunity. And Israel, it's a country of opportunity and challenges, and you think you understand that, but until you actually get on the ground or you fly into Tel Aviv and in 45 minutes you're at the Gaza Strip. That's like me driving from Des Moines to my home in Osceola, and you see the proximity of this country to evil and the evil that surrounds them, whether it's Hamas or Hezbollah or ISIL or Iran or the Sunnis or the Shiites. It's daunting. But yet, what struck me was really the resiliency and the optimism of the people with those surmounting challenges and really seeking and seizing new opportunities. It was inspiring beyond words, and I think it's the heart of who they are as a people. I had a 25-member delegation, and we had the opportunity to meet with numerous Israeli businesses and government officials. Probably the highlight of the trip, we landed, we had 2 hours to change and shower, and we had the opportunity to meet with the Prime Minister. Now, I grew up in a town of 500, and I had a delegation of 25 people, and I was a pretty big dog because the whole delegation got to go in and see the Prime Minister of Israel. We also had the opportunity to join us was Michael Oren, who's a former ambassador and deputy chief to the Prime Minister. It was an opportunity to congratulate them on the 50th anniversary of the reunification of Israel, which was a milestone. I had sent a video and a letter on behalf of our office, and just really supporting Israel's right to defend itself and to remain independent. And the Prime Minister just also indicated how the relationship with the United States is stronger than it's ever been, and talked about our shared values. And really the alignment that existed with ag and precision farming and high tech and innovation, bio and life sciences, as well as water. He referred to the heartland of America and how it was the forgotten place. And I talked about that's an opportunity really for you to take those startups and come to the heartland of America, and we can scale and grow and we can both benefit. And so of course I did what any Iowa girl would do. I invited him to come to Iowa, and we would host him at the World Food Prize. We had the opportunity to pay our respect at Yad Vashem, which is the Holocaust Museum. I was able to, on behalf of Iowa, light the flame and lay a wreath of remembrance at the Hall of the Memory. Another thing, we were over there during 9/11, and it's the only other country in the world that has a memorial regarding 9/11. And so I was there with Ambassador Friedman, and we were able to lay, again, a wreath at the memorial that had a flag that flew upwards with a piece of the Twin Towers at the base of the memorial. And it was just a moving experience that I'll never forget. We, of course, had the opportunity to host a reception and investment seminar where we talked about why Iowa was a great place to do business. And we concluded the trip with a reception at Ambassador Friedman's residence, where we signed 2 memos of understanding with Iowa State University in Volcani, as well as the University of Iowa and Tel Aviv University. I left again inspired by our friend and ally who fights every day for democracy in a very undemocratic region of the world, and was reminded how in Iowa and across this nation we are blessed by our Creator with the best system of government the world has ever known. And as elected officials, we have a responsibility to provide our citizens with a government that preserves their liberty, freedom, and provides a fair and free economy where if you work hard, you get rewarded, where individuals have the opportunity to achieve their full potential. Israel is mandated service after high school. The men go for 3 years, the women go for 2. And so again, I was reminded of how grateful we are for our men and women in the military who step up and volunteer to keep our country strong and to protect our freedom and liberties. Courageous veterans like the ones that are with us today. Matt, the FedEx driver from Cedar Rapids. I gotta tell you, there is so much chaos and bad stuff going on in this country and around the world. And when I saw that video, I was cheering and applauding, and I was so proud, so proud that you didn't hesitate, that you stopped those protesters from burning the flag, because it's a symbol of freedom and liberty. But most important, it's about the men and women who have fought and died for those very freedom and liberties that we get to enjoy every day. And John, Tig, I just kind of know you by Tig, because that's kind of what we go by. Thank you for your extreme bravery in Benghazi, and I can't wait to hear your story, and I can't thank you enough for what you've done. So to all of you who have served, thank you for your service, your patriotism. You all are true American heroes. We also have an army of advocates that are here today who are making a difference when it comes to our Second Amendment rights. And I too want to express my gratitude to Barry and Richard, to IFC, and to the NRA for keeping the Second Amendment in the forefront as we work to take back the Senate. You produced a major victory for the supporters of liberty. So thank you for protecting and promoting the rights of honest, law-abiding gun owners. You know, in Iowa, I think we did a pretty good job of turning our beliefs into action. When I hear we're a model for the nation, those are words that I love to hear. We like to lead and we like to hear things like that. So, you know, this past session, the passage of House 5517 was the most, as you've heard, expansive Second Amendment bill passed in Iowa. And I too want to thank Representative Winshuttle. I know you worked your members, you worked both the Senate and the House, you worked with Senator Dawson. I sat in on a couple of conversations with our former governor and myself where you just tactfully walked through and explained why you thought it was important to have the language that we did. So thank you so much. And we're also blessed with all of you here because we do have Iowans who support gun ownership. And that's certainly true in our household as well. Kevin is an avid hunter. In fact, I think he's out for the month. He's headed west and he's hunting elk and I'm not sure antelope and I'm not sure what else. So I'll see him the end of September. But he wanted me to remind you all about the pheasant hunt in Mahaska on November 3rd and 4th and the governor's deer hunt in Centerville on January 5th. But I just want to say, you know, we had a very successful legislative session, and that was one of not just our liberties and the Second Amendment, but it was the most pro-jobs, pro-life legislative session, and I'm proud of the many successes, but we know that our job is far from done, that we need to continue to ask ourselves each and every day what we can do to build a better Iowa. And I know we're not the only ones asking ourselves that the IFC is also doing the same thing. So we look forward to a continued partnership, standing firm in our values, limited government, personal responsibility, protecting our liberties and freedom, and love for country, so that our children and our grandchildren can experience the same opportunities that we had growing up in this amazing state and country. You know, our state motto is "Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain." And I think that represents the spirit of Iowa that not only comprises our legacy, it directs the present and it drives the future. So thank you to all of you and to IFC and NRA for all that you do to preserve that very right. So God bless you, and God bless the state, and God bless this great country that we all live in. Thank you.